this is Betty with Betty Stampin' Crazy again, and I have another simple card for you. This is an extra one for this week. Hopefully I'll get to making another one the end of the week. I wanted to stick with this same stamp set that I started with, and it's called the Love You Lots. I just made one card from it for last week, and I used the little frog. Well, this week I wanted to use the hedgehogs, and eventually I'm going to get around to doing a card with all of these images, the I'm sorry, ladybugs and the elephant and the mouse. But for now, for this one, I wanted the hedgehogs. So I'm using the Love You Lots, and the paper behind here is the serene scenery again. And let's see if I can find the one I used. Okay, right here. It's on the back side. I like using the back side of a lot of these because they do have patterns on them. Maybe later on I will go ahead and use some of these and make some videos. Oh, I know I will. But anyway, I used, like I said, I used this one right here, and it was really a cute pattern. I liked it. I liked the color because I wanted to use that color. But when I come up with it, it didn't seem like it had enough on it. So I came up with the playful backgrounds, and I used this little image right here, and I just stamped it on here, and we'll get to that as soon as we get busy with it. I also used, this is the layering ovals, and I just knocked that one off because I didn't have it on there. Alright, layering ovals framelits. Sorry, I'm not talking good this morning. And the one I used is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5. I've gotten some of mine marked, but I haven't got to these yet. So I used that to cut this out, plus one back here, and I used the very same one. All I did was cut it in half. On this, for the, let's see, where did I get that? Oops, I missed a stamp set here somewhere. Hang on. Okay. I had it with the other card that I made. This is Layering Love, and I use the I Am Much More Me When I'm With You, because I just thought that just went with this card really cute. And what I did was I cut a square, and then I used our corner rounder to just round off 2 corners. Let's see, I think that's all the stamp sets, all the stuff that I used, besides of course the stamps and the inks. And I used Bermuda Bay and Basic Gray. Those are the only 2 stamp sets that or pads that I used. But I did use, for the little rose here, the flower, I used our let's see, rose red for the flower, and our Emerald Envy, I believe, yeah, Emerald Envy for the little leaf. That's the only coloring I did on this one. I like just leaving it like it is. Some demonstrators go in here and they color the browns in or something, but I just wanted to leave it more simple. So anyway, let's get started on this. And what I've done, I have the pieces here. This scrap of white is actually for this stamp, cut it out. This one is for me to get the background. I'm sorry, I keep going back and forth. So these are my 2 scraps that I use in this, Bermuda Bay and Whisper White. My little pieces, this is for my sentiment, and it's 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 square. And then the background is the Bermuda Bay, and it's 2 by 2 square. This background is 5 by 3 3/4. And then my base card is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, and it's scored at 4 1/4. Which is your basic. So to get started on this, I want to go ahead and stamp. Sorry about that. My grandkids are here for the week before school starts, so got a little argumentative in there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do my stamping. This I don't stamp on, but I do want to stamp my little hedgehogs on this. And I used my Basic Gray for that. So let's go ahead and stamp them. And then while I've got my gray out, I'm going to go ahead and try to get my sentiment stamped. And let's see, let me get it, there we go. Get this straight. Just hold that down for a second. I'm not really pushing on it, I'm just kind of holding it down. There we go. I got that straight. How about that? Okay, there's those two. This is just the background. That's the gray. Through with the gray. Now let's go with this one, which is our background. And I wanted to get my paper over here because I don't want it all over this grid paper here. And you can see where I did my other one. And I used Bermuda Bay. So let's go ahead and get that. And I just started stamping random on here. No rhyme, no reason, just anywhere. Oh, let's twist this around a little bit. Go here. Go here. Maybe put one or two down here. And this one I want to get up in here, so I'm going this direction with it. That's good. Alright, now what I need to do is cut my pieces. Okay, I'm back and I have my pieces stamped. And what I want to do, I remember why I had my big scissors out, because I decided to use them to cut across here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut across that one. Just cut it in half. And then get those back out of the way. This one, okay, there it is. I was wondering where I put my punch. Okay, I want to do this side. Oops, wrong direction. Make sure you get it in there. And then this side. Okay. Same thing with this little 2x2 Bermuda Bay. And this one, it don't matter which side, because they're just going to, just as long as they're the opposite sides. Okay. I had to find my circles. Yeah. And I just, because all you're going to see is the edges on this anyway, so I just gave it a little bit. Get this stuff out of the way. Excuse my paper. I use this for everything. I love the grid paper. Okay, now I can put this, sponge this, and I just put this up again, didn't I? Get it together, Betty. I think I'm putting a little bit more on this one because I wanted it to show up just a little bit more. Put a little bit more down here. That should do it. Now let's put a little bit more snail on it, just to be sure that it sticks. No, that's good enough. Close this back up. Now, I can go ahead and put this on the base. Sometimes I do my snail here, there, you never know where I'm going to put it. That looks good. Okay, and this I put on dimensionals. This I need to color. Wrong side. Like I said, this is my rose red. And then I just took, this way you're not doing a whole lot of coloring. Just give it just a little bit. Because try to make it a simple card, even though sometimes I don't. And where's my snail? Get it up here. And my tweezers. And just kind of give it just a little bit of color back there. Same thing with the other one. Stop doing that. That looks pretty good. And if you have just a little bit on the end here that's kind of poking out, just take your little scissors and just kind of go. And it looks just fine. Nobody will ever know you did that. See? Okay, now let's put this on dimensionals. Let me grab my dimensionals over here. And I don't know how many most of you use, but I'm just going to go ahead and use 4 on this. Oh, come on. Okay. And then same thing on here. I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of it. Crazy. Okay. Do that. And you know, just like what I did with the frog, you can come back in with the gray. Where's my gray? I moved it. There it is. And you can put some hedgehogs in here, or you can leave it blank. There's my hedgehogs. But I think it's cute. Just like this. And if you use your gray, it's dark enough that you can put a sentiment up here without putting a white piece on it, or you can go ahead and put a white piece on it and then stamp your hedgehogs and your sentiment here, or write on it. Either way you want to do it. But there's today's card. You get this bent and done up. And there you go. There's the one I just made, and there's the one from before. So, there you go. This is Betty with Betty's Stamping Crazy. And I thank you. Bye-bye.